Sandy just doesn't understand how much is riding on this contest, she thought. His mom might shoo him away from the computer sometimes, but she had never all-out banned him from his favorite activity. Gladys's parents would never let her back in the kitchen unless they believed that she had other interests in life, too. At home, Gladys wandered around the kitchen, poking through the cupboards in search of a snack, but all she found was the old box of energy bars from her first day back at school. There was a faded picture of a mountain biker on the box, which seemed fitting to Gladys, since the bars tasted like gravel. Wishing now that she had taken a cookie from next door, Gladys climbed the stairs to her parents' home office. She turned on the computer and settled into the enormous swivel chair. Maybe she could change the format of her essay and write it like a cover letter applying for a veterinary job. That probably wasn't what Ms. Quincy was expecting, but it might impress her a little anyway. The monitor came to life, and the login page for Dump Mail popped up automatically. Dump Mail was the local email service that everyone in town used, including Gladys's parents. Gladys knew that most of the kids at school had Dump Mail accounts because she sometimes heard them talking about the instant dump messages they sent to one another. Gladys didn't have an account, but this had never seemed like a big deal to her, since she didn't have friends to email with anyway. She would have liked to email with Aunt Lydia, but her aunt didn't believe in the internet. She said it disturbed the vibrations of the universe or something, so they stuck to letters and phone calls. But looking at the heading on Ms. Quincy's letter, Gladys saw that real professionals had email addresses, and if she wanted her letter/essay to show that she was serious about becoming a vet, she better have one too. With a click on the Sign Up Now link and a few quick keystrokes, the task was done. Gladys made sure to choose a professional-looking email address, ggadsby@dumpmail.com, rather than a silly one like her dad's, kookieCPA@dumpmail.com, or her mom's, I love to sell houses for you @dumpmail.com. Next, Gladys had to will herself not to open a new window and surf directly to the New York Standard website. It was Wednesday, the day that new reviews and recipes came out in the dining section, and she liked to look at them online when she couldn't get a paper copy at Mr. Eng's. But instead, she opened a new document and typed her name and new email address in the upper right-hand corner. Then, looking between the screen, Ms. Quincy's neatly typed letter, and her own marked-up paper, she began to rewrite My Future as a Veterinarian. She was a couple of paragraphs in when the will to keep going failed her. Miss Quincy was right. The essay was boring, passionless. But how could she fix it? She stared at the screen, but no great ideas came to her. She was considering picking a new fake future profession, pro cyclist, when the doorbell rang. Grateful for an excuse to take a break, Gladys leapt out of the swivel chair and bounded down the stairs. But her excitement faded when she looked out the peephole and saw Sandy and his mom standing on the porch. She knew that she'd been rude to Sandy earlier. Had they come over to force her to apologize? Sheepishly, Gladys opened the door. "Hello, Gladys," Mrs. Anderson said. She didn't seem like she was angry. Her hands were tying an orange bandana over her curly hair. "I just got called in as an emergency sub at the yoga studio, so I gave your mom a ring at her office. She said it would be fine to drop Sandy off here." Sandy didn't look particularly thrilled. "I tried to tell her that I'm old enough to stay home alone," he said. "Not till you're 11, Mrs. Anderson insisted, adjusting the yoga mat that was strapped across her back. "Besides, I didn't have time to make you dinner, and Gladys's mom was nice enough to invite you to eat with them. Isn't that great?" She said they were going to make a meatloaf.